Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. To begin with, I will chant the prayer mantra on Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, which we have used for chanting as a prayer mantra even during Upadesha Saram. Those who have attended would know this. I'll chant and then explain for those who are listening to this prayer for the first time. This is not the one. Where is it? Yes, I do not know why this is not there in this. Oh. One second. Okay, I think in the it's not done in the other one. Doesn't matter. Okay. Antariyascha bahirvitutatimiram. You can repeat. Jyotirmayam shashvatam. Sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam. Ajnanamunmulayan. Pashyan vishwamapidamullasatiyo. Vishwasya pare paraha. Tasmai Sri Ramanaya Loka Gurave. Shokasya Hantre Namaha. Together again. Antariyascha bahirvitutatimiram. Jyotirmayam shashvatam. Sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam. अज्ञानमुन्मूलयन् पश्यन् विश्वमपीदमुल्लसति यो विश्वस्य पारे परः तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः. Sri Ramanaya Lokagurave Shokasya Hantre Namaha. Salutations to Sri Ramana, who is a Sri Guru. A Guru is one who is the destroyer of sorrow. Shokasya Hantra. And it is this. One objective of all of us in our life is to be free of sorrow. Shoka Nivritti is also in our own life is Sukha Prapti. We are looking for ways and means to remove sorrows from our life. Interestingly, nobody wants sorrow, but it comes. Unwanted guest in our life is Shoka, sorrow. And in various forms it comes. As one's own spouse, one's own children, one's own neighbor, one's own friends, or most intimately as one's own body. This also causes sorrow. So long as it is healthy, young, no problem. After some time, after when we become 60, 65, 70, only problem is this one. And from this only all other things also start. When you are physically unwell, you feel like shouting at everybody. Because you are not tolerating the pain, and it is so intimate, intense, continuous. Even if the physical body is healthy, then mind, if it is filled with so much of anger, jealousy, pride, greed, lust, passion, then that is also Shoka Karanam. So, Sarva Shoka Nivaranam Katham Bhavati. What is that which can remove all the sorrows of life? That is actually the question of a student to the teacher. Durvara samsara davakritaptam dotu yamanam duradrishtavadaihi sharanyamanyat yataham najani. I do not know any other way. Where do I go? So therefore I have come to you. So this way, a student, a disciple, when he reaches the abode of the Guru, the disciple doesn't, I am already happy, all happy, I am fine, I just want to know how you are. That is not the way a student should approach the teacher. Just like you go to a doctor's place, do you tell him, ask him how is he doing? How are you doing, doctor? I just want to find out how you are doing. The doctor says, why you are here? If you don't have a problem, why should we be here? Shokasya Hantre Tasmai Sri Ramanaya Lokagurave. Lok ka Guru hai. He is a world teacher. He is not a teacher or a guru for one single disciple. Because of his teaching, he has become the teacher for the entire world. Lokagurave Sri Ramanaya Namaha. Now, how he becomes a Lokaguru, a teacher who can remove the sorrows of everyone? He says, Ajnana Munmulayan Vinamadam Ajnana Munmulayan. Ajnana Unmulanameva Shokasya Nivaranam Bhavati. Shokasya Nivaranasya Karanam Bhavati. cause of the sorrow is ignorance or ajnana. Ajnana nivritya shoka nivritti. Here, ajnana nivritti means what? Misunderstanding oneself should stop. मैं कौन हूं? नहीं, मुझे मैं जानना चाहता हूं, मुझे मालूम नहीं. I do not know. And everything else I know, but I do not know who I am, is the greatest sorrow in life. So, ajnana unmulayan, removing, uprooting the ajnanam. Whose ajnanam he will remove? Vinamatam. Vinamatam means those who have surrendered to him, those who have taken shelter of him, those who have decided to give up everything and go to his feet and ask for solution. Please. Just like Narada also, having learnt many things, finally he went to his own brother, Sanat Kumara, Shokasya param tarayatu. Please take me across the ocean of sorrow. I have learned many things, but none of them could remove sorrow. So here, ajnana munmulayan, removing the ignorance of all those people who have surrendered. But it is not that he is staying away from people. He is pretty much where the people are while he was giving advice to people. Pashyan vishwam api idam. Idam vishwam pashyan api. The way you and I look at the world is not the way he looked at the world, but living in the same world. Pashyan vishwam api idam ullasatiyaha. But at the same time, he was enjoying, reveling in this very same world which you and I also live, but because of the knowledge that he has gained or realization that he has gained, he was able to stay in the same world. What is that? Vishwasya pare paraha. Beyond this perceived world, that supreme reality, he was Vishwasya pare paraha Sri Ramanaya tasmai loka gurave idam namaha yaha vinamatam ajnanam unmulayan pashyan vishwam api ullasatiyaha. Even as residing in the same world, enjoying due to the fact that he has realized the one which is beyond this world, at the same time ready to remove the ignorance of those people who have surrendered to him. Thus, he is the world teacher who could remove the sorrows of all beings, all people. And what is that sthanam or abode in which he was staying, by which he was able to remain unaffected by the world? Antaryascha bahirviduta timiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate. Virajate is sitting on the throne of realization. How? Antar bahir timira viduta. Antar yascha bahir viduta. Yaha antar, inside, outside darkness. Antar yascha bahir viduta timiram. Removal of that darkness which is within and without, and Jyotirmayam sthanam prapya, reaching that abode of light, which is our innermost consciousness, available for every one of us as the pure light of consciousness. Having reached there, Jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate yaha. Ye the one who is brilliantly shining there. In other words, a guru must have crossed that ocean by himself first, then only he can take others. I myself is filled with sorrow. How can I remove anybody else's? I can only supply more sorrow to the other person. His sorrow as well as my sorrow. Take bono de lelo. Take both. That should not be the case. A guru must be one who is free of all imperfections, impurities, desire, anger, lust, greed, passion, jealousy. None of them should affect that guru so that he become helpful to those who have them, to get rid of it. So first of all, he had gotten rid of the darkness of ignorance within and without. Antaryascha bahirviduta timiram. Just like timira is a darkness, when does the darkness go? Only when the sunlight appears. And sunlight does not remove darkness one by one. Once it comes out, or sunrise takes place, entire darkness everywhere is totally gone at once. In the same way, Atmajnana Praptya Sarvamitimiran Vitundam Karoti. By gaining that Atmajnan, that very knowledge, it will destroy all the darkness within and without, outside, inside. What is inside, outside? Misunderstanding about oneself and misunderstanding about world. See, our mind works in two places, about thinking about inside, within, about oneself, and the same mind is thinking and deliberating about things happening outside as well. When we are with the world, we are thinking about the world. When we are not with the world, we are thinking about ourselves. In both the places, we have ignorance. We misunderstand the world as well as misunderstand ourselves. Antaryascha bahirviduta timiram. Removing the darkness, reaching to that. See, oh Swamiji, every day night I do that. I have no problem with the world. And I have no problem with myself. Isn't it? On the other day also, somebody asked this question. This is funny, Swamiji, when somebody dies, why do we say rest in peace? R.I.P. So I said, one way of looking at it is that person, he should rest in peace. Yeah. He has been struggling a lot, now he is resting. The other meaning is, he has gone. The rest of people are peaceful now. Not troubled by this one. Rest of the people are in peace. That is actually more true than the first one. Rest in peace. So even when you are going to sleep, when you take everyday nap in the night, sleep when you go into, obviously there is no problem with yourself as well as the world. That is not Jyotirmayam Shashvatam Sthanam, you see. That is not the light, this abode of light. That is abode of darkness only. Tamo vibhuta sukarupameti in Kaivalya Upanishad. There also Sukam is there, that is a darkness born Sukam. It is like a child who doesn't know anyone or anything. He is on his own world. Would you consider it an enlightened stage? Swamiji, I had a stage when I had absolutely no problem with anybody. While awake also, when I was only 2 months old. I wish I could go to that stage, Swamiji. That is not absence of ignorance. It is called innocence. In no sense that is called enlightened state. In no sense. But it is said that Mahatmas reach a point of such a joy, it is balavat unmattavat. Like innocent child, but not innocent. So just like a child May not have, but that doesn't mean that it has got knowledge. Because of knowledge, it has not reached that stage of joy. It is because of absence of knowledge, ignorance. See, the thing is, if you have a problem, any problem, or do you want to overcome the problem or forget the problem, which one you want? Swami, I just want to forget the problem. Is that a solution? You want to overcome the problem. So all of us, when we have any issue, any problem, we find a ways and means to overcome the problem. But the thing is that after having overcome the problem, new one is waiting for us. Chalo, so ho gaya, dusra ho. Another one has come. So at no point of time we can say, no problem. Can we say that? It's okay. So, Swamiji, I just do not want to remember the problem. I just forget it. That is the end of the problem. Neither forgetting or not looking at the problem will end it, nor finding a solution of a problem will end all other problems. Oh, then what is the way? The best way is to know that actually there is no problem. That is what we have to find out. This is an imagined problem in your mind, and only by knowing that it is a mind which in its own peculiarity creating new problems, only when we realize this habit of the mind and overcome that mind, not the problem, the mind, the source of the problem, then alone there is freedom. So, see, the thing is, Guruji writes in his commentary in the beginning itself, he poses few things very beautifully. We'll briefly look at it. First thing is, where do the problems start for us? Problem starts with the way we look at things. So he says, we all perceive this world, and whatever we see, we take it for granted it's real. ये पहला problem है. This is the first problem. Before the science explained that the sky is not blue, were we thinking that sky is not blue? Before the science could explain that sun never rises or sets, did we look at it that way? When the science explains that there is no sunrise or sunset or the sky is not blue, before that we never looked at it. After the scientific explanation is given, now we look at the same blueness of the sky, but we know it is not true. Sunrise and sunset we see, enjoy, take pictures, selfie, everything, but we know it is not true. So first thing is, what we see is not what is there. Yata drishyate jagat tata na asti. इस पहला हमको जानना पड़ेगा. जो हम देख रहे हैं वैसा वो नहीं है. What we are seeing is not really there. है. For looking it is there. For seeing it is perceivable, but our perception does not mean it is real. Our senses can really fool us. Senses are meant for giving us experience which need not be a reality. If you have a doubt, go to Las Vegas and see all those things that they show there. It appears to be real, but it's not. Second thing is, are we all looking the world in the same way? This is where we have to realize that every individual is looking at the world in his or her own peculiar way, unique. Do you think that the way we look at the world is the way a tiger or a lion or a cat or a mouse or a dog looks at it? Do you think so? In the case of a snake, there is nothing called sound. You know that? Some of the animals do not have the eyes, but they still live in this world. But they don't see anything. Only by sensory perception they will understand what is bats, for example. And other hand is that if let us say we add one more faculty, like seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, one more faculty we add to our own sense organs, then our perception of the world will change. Think. We have eyes behind also then. 360-degree perception we'll get. Nobody can say anything on our back. We will know immediately what is the other fellow is making mockery of me, and I turn around. So one extra faculty when we get, our perception will change. See, this is what happens to children, As they grow, their faculties slowly are becoming very, very powerful, and what they believe when they were young would not be the same thing they believe when they become teenagers, because their ability to understand and grasp has increased. So you don't expect them to be remaining in the same level of understanding when they grow up. They won't. Then in added to this one, already our sense organs are giving us a limited perception. Along with that, we have our own raga dvesh. Then it adds more color to it. The things I like and things I don't like. This may not be yours. You may like the same thing, but I don't like it. So further it is colored. That causes a problem also. My own prejudices, judgments, priorities, everything is added to the problem. So in other words, even as we are looking at the world or ourselves, we are not looking at the reality, but an aspect or a version of reality. Gurudev calls it as a relative reality. Why it is relative? Because it changes. Vyavaharika satta, relative, transactional. So one would say, Swamiji, if that is the case, there is something called relative reality, and if it is relative, there must be some absolute also. Are there two things, relative and absolute? No, it is not. Ekam Sat. One alone is the real. Other one is an appearance. Anything other than that, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, Tad Vyadiriktam Sarvam Anityam Asatyam Mithya. That one alone is true, all other things may appear to be there, but it is not. But we are so busy with the other one only. So the point is, the text in front of us is to show us what exactly is the reality. Sat Darshanam. Kya hai? What is really there? What is absolute reality? Knowing which alone, we can really understand how relative is what we are seeing. How impermanent is what we are seeing. How unreal is what we are seeing. How illusory is what we are seeing. So Ramana Maharshi's objective in this text is to introduce us to the reality which we really are. And to know that reality, absolute, we cannot use the mind. Oh. Without thought, you reach there. Because thought will give only relative reality. Thought cannot reach the absolute. En manasa namanute yenahur manomadam. Chakshusha na pashyati. Shrotre na shrunute. Manasa na manute. Vache na abhyaniditam. That which a man uses to see everything else, in the same way, Chakshusha, with that same set of eyes, pair of eyes, na manushya tam pashyati. He cannot see that. Shrotrena tam na shrunute, na shrunoti. Manasa na manute, na chintayati. So this is the method. What is and how to go about it. The question is, chalo, ye to theek hai, is it okay? But what is the prayojanam? What do we gain out of this? As I said in the beginning itself, prayojanam is where you bring an end to all the sorrows. Shokasya nivritti. Because problems are created because we are giving reality to the mind and its peculiarities. And because we do not have any other choice, we have to live with that only. We are married to the mind. I cannot even divorce it. Divorce is not allowed. Legally, the divorce with your mind is not allowed. So, kya karu? Live with that. No, I don't want to. Then I will tell you one thing you can do. What? Kill it. I can't live with it, kill it. Man ka nash karo. It is easier said than done. Mano nasha. You cannot bring into this. So it is said, the mind and its atyantika dukkha nivritti paramananda prapti cha, supreme end of all the sorrows and bringing the supreme delight and joy to ourselves is the purpose of the study. So here, am I a fit student for this? So if you have to ask these questions to yourself, if required to do so, am I willing to do what I do not like and give up what I like? Then only you are a fit student. If you have understood that the need to overcome this so-called everlasting problem or sorrow, am I ready to give up what I like and do what I probably don't like? And it will definitely influence the way I live now. The way I live now will be undergoing a very dramatic change. Are you ready? And the thing is, truth is always bitter. Because only bitter things can make you better. You cannot do comfortably workout. I want to do comfortable workout without sweating, without straining. Then it's not workout, it's a sleep. Swamiji, how to lose weight comfortably? You just have to wait. You won't lose the weight. You'll be just wait. So anything that you really want to achieve in life, you must be ready to sacrifice certain things. And the interesting thing is, here the truth is not far away from you. It is very much present where you are. And as I said, the truth is bitter because it is going to stare at you on your face. Right there on your face. Are you ready to face that bitter truth? You have to accept your ignorance. Whatever be your present qualification, you may be the best of the professor or best of the professional, whatever it is. But you must admit that you are ignorant. So must have that ability to give up, give yourself to the absolute truth, for which you must develop a strong vairagya, dispassion over all other things. So, if you think that this can be a comfortable truth, giving me solace, giving me a easy means to reach, it's not going to. It is going to be a hard path, untrodden path, meaning by you. You have not walked in that way at all. You have to clear the bushes, clear the overgrowth, cut the unwanted growth and make your way towards that. So this text was Saddarshanam. You know what happens is, Swamiji, if you have to go through all this trouble, it is not Saddarshanam, it will become sad Darshanam. I will look very sad, Swamiji, going through all that. Sat never makes you unhappy, I'm telling you. It will lead you to happiness only. Maybe your happiness will bring sad to others. That may be possible. So this was originally in Tamil written by Sri Ramana Maharshi. And then there was one Vasishta Ganapati Muni, who was one of his great devotee. He translated that into Sanskritam. So here is the beautiful composition. We will start with the verse number 1. We have seen the prayer. Antaryascha bahir vidutimiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate vinavadam ajnanam unmulayan pashyan vishwamabidamullasadiyo vishwasya pare paraha tasmai Shri Ramanaya loka gurave shokasya hantre namaha. To that great master, my salutation. All right. So the first verse here, verse number 1. Satpratyaya kim nu vihaya santam hridyesha chinta rahito hridakyah katam smaramastamameyamekam tasya smritistatra dridaiva nishta satpratyaya kim nu vihaya santam hridyesha chinta rahito hridakyah Kadam smaramastamameyamekam tasya smritihi tatra dridaiva nishta. First one is santam vihaya satpratyaya kimnu. Santam means sat, existence, pure existence. Vihaya, leaving behind, without. Satpratyayaha, thoughts about existence. Kimnu, can there be? First itself he brings the, without any, dilly-dallying or beating around, right straight there. Question number one. Can there be thought of existence of anything, any object, without the existence principle? Prashna-rupena vakyena santam kamapi bhavam antarena satta pratiti naiva jayate iti stula diyamapi subodham. Stula diyamapi subodham. Even the gross intellect will understand, gross mind can also understand that without having an object having an existence, there cannot be a thought about its existence. So the thoughts of existence cannot be of anything without that primary factor of sat, santam. An object must exist before I come to know its existence. Meaning, before means its existence is known because it is already embraced by existence. Now, existence is not plural. Pot exists, table exists, computer exists, camera exists, you exist, I exist. Now, many things are existing in this world, but existence is only one. Ekam sat. That's why santam is ekam only. Existence. Ekameva sadbhavam upajivya bahavaha satpratyayaha pravritta iti pradibadana artha ayam satpratyaya iti bahuvachana prayoga. Bahuvachana here is used pratyayaha. Pratyaya means thought. Pratyayaha. Mental modifications, plural. Because we are looking at objects instead of the fact that there is existence. So let us say there are many objects in that same room. Chairs are there, tables are there, many other things are there. You mean to say each one is having its own unique existence? No. Nama Rupa. Names and forms are there, but existence have not become multiple. So you go to a jewelry shop, there are many various ornaments are there, made of gold. Can you say lot of golds are there? No. एक ही है. One gold alone appearing in various different forms there. Many muds are there. No, there are mud pots, but एक ही है mud. Only one mud is there. Similarly, just an example here. Similarly, existence is not plural. Though the word satpratyayaha is used. Sad iti pratyayaha sat pratyayaha. Pot is, cot is, mud is, computer is, camera is, I am, you are. Everything is having that nature of existence, but their appearances are different. नाना रूपात्मके जगति बहूनां भावानां सत्ता जातिः प्रतीयते. It appears to be of different kinds, but that is not so. That is first thing we need to understand. So, can there be thoughts of existence without primarily everything having the foremost nature of existence? Now, why this is important? Now, let us look at the sadhana part of it right away here. Wherever you go, I am is the same. Is it not? Whether you are at home or you go to office or you go to some workout, you go to walking, you go to the garden, you go to friend's place, you go to what? Even in your own home also, whether you are in the restroom or in the living room, bedroom, wherever you go, I am is the same. Even 25 years back, 30 years back, 40 years or 50 years back, at that time, that time also I am. That was the same. So my existence, I am, has not changed for so many years in my own life. सद्भाव एकस्मिन्नेव सति भावाम अभाव अभासानाम एकत्वात् प्रत्ययानाम अपि अनेकत्वम. भावाभासानाम अनेकत्वात्, the expression of that existence being many, therefore it appears to be of the thoughts of many. But all beings, all things are having their shelter or taking shelter of depending on existence. Sadbhavasya sarvashrayatvat sarvasya antarbahishcha astitvena grahanacha sarvagatatvam siddham. So this existence is not located in one place. Sarvagatatvam. It's all over. Everywhere it is the same. At the same time, it is all pervading. If it is all pervading, inside and outside, should we look for it inside or outside? Which is easy for you. बाहर में देखना है या अंतर में? Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, let the world be what it is. Don't worry about it right now. पहले अंतर देखो. So where is it? Antar? Where is it inside? Then second line. Hridyesha chinta rahito hridakyah. Yesha, this one, this very one which is referred as the nature of existence, santam, eka, yesha, hridakyah. Its name is Hrit. Hridi chinta rahitaha. It is available in the heart without thought. Oh. Available to us without thought. Evam sadbhavasya brahmanaha sadrupataya sarva desha vyapakatve api. Even though it is all pervading presence, hridayam mukyam sthanam. The primary point where you can find is your own heart. See, why temples or churches or mosques or whatever were the place of worship? Do you mean to say Bhagavan is available only there? Why do you need to go there? Even though he is all-pervading presence, we are able to recognize his presence exclusively in a place of worship. Isn't it? Otherwise, what is the need for all these things? Churches and temples and mosques and Buddha Vihar, so many places are created for people. For what purpose then? Because that is where we are capable, we are able to recognize his presence exclusively. Exclusively. Mukyam sthanam. Even though that existence, pure existence is everywhere, but it is Mukyam sthanam, primary spot is heart. What do you mean by heart, Swamiji? Is this one blub, dub, lub, dub? Is there, is that the one? Lub, dub? Lub, dub? Oh, not that one. See, I was referring to one more composition of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi known as Ramana Gita. In there, the fifth chapter is called Hridaya Vidya, knowledge of the heart. In that fifth verse, he beautifully puts here, Anyadeva tato rakta pindat hridaya muchyate ayam hrit iti vrityatat atmano rupamiritam. This heart which is referred here is different from the blood pumping one. Anyat eva, it is different. Tato raktapindat, that which is nothing but one which is pumping the blood. So anyat eva hridayam, this one is different. And Ramana Maharshi points out it is on the right side. Oh, Swamiji, it's just like a spot there. It is not the left. That's the main purpose of understanding. Now, you see, what is the word Hridayam means? Ayam Hrit is called Hrit Ayam. Understand? Hridayam, when you say, it is divided into two words, Ayam Hrit. Ayam means this, Hrit means Sat. This is the truth. That is what is called Hrit Ayam. Hrit Ayam idi vrityatat Atmano Rupam Iritam. Atmanah Rupam. It stands for Hrit Ayam. It stands for the self. So this is the place where our own heart, it is the right side of that pumping heart, which is coming to the center, not this side, center. Now, Swamiji, how do you say that it is this place? Here, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gives more explanation in that Hridaya Vidya. He says, Murcha nidradi santosha shoka vesha bayadibihi nimittai ahata vrittihi swasthanam hridayam vrajet. You see, when a person suddenly goes unconscious, swoon, or nidra, sleep, or when one has an enormous amount of excitement, adhisantosha, or extreme sorrow, shokavesha, or extreme fear, suddenly the thought process ends. In all these cases, the thought suddenly, you say suddenly, I become thoughtless, completely shocked. or in the state of sleep which we every day go through, where there are no thoughts. When the thoughts are not there, what happens then? Where are we? We means what happens to the mind when it is without the thought? Where is the awareness? Swasthanam hridayam vrajet. It enters into that heart. Acha? So every day night we are there? Yes. Every night when you sleep, night, nahi, Swamiji, when I'm listening to you also. Okay, all right, whenever. So whenever, where there is no more mental function and the thoughts are all reduced to almost nothing, where do you go? Hridayasthanam. Oh, so easy. So he clarifies here, tatana jnayate praptihi hridayasya sharirina. Sharirina praptihi hridayasya. For a person, an ordinary person, he gains no doubt the abode of the self in the heart. But what? Ajnanena anajnayate. Tada anajnayate. Tata najnayate. Knowingly he doesn't go there. Forcefully he is has to quit there. Because of the physical body's tiredness, fatigueness, etc., when we go to sleep, it is not a conscious withdrawal from the world, and also there is no conscious abidance in the heart. It's an unconscious. But the same very abode of the heart, vijñāyate samādautu nāme bedo nimittatah. Samadhi avasthayam, when a person gets into the state of total absorption, vijñāyate, he knows, I am in the heart. That is why he says, Chinta rahito yesha hrit hridakya. Chinta rahita, in the heart. Hridi chinta rahita hridakya. Where there are no thoughts, and without those thoughts, when you are present there, that hridakya atma eva. That heart is not an abode, that is the self. Geshaha san sarvagato bhavaha hridi hritpundarike daharakye chintarahitaha chintaya antakkarana pravritya rahitaha shunyaha hridakyaha hrit hridayam akhya nama yasya saha bhati iti vakyasheshaha. So the very heart of yours, which is not a pumping heart, it is the core of your own being, is where you completely withdraw yourself when you go into the deep sleep state or swoon, or when they are overwhelmed by either excitement or sorrow or fear. The very place which you unconsciously reach and stay for a short time or so is the very place where consciously when you reach without the thought, you are in the self. You are the self. That is called Sat. Santam, absolute existence. Satpratyaya kim vihaya santam hriddesha chinta rahito hridakya. Beautifully you will point out how to reach there knowingly. Let's see it in the next class. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.
Recording stopped.
Any questions?
Hari Om Swamiji.
Yes.
Swamiji, when mind is not there or thoughts are not there, then space and time are not there. So